va reprendre. On va reprendre en été. On va reprendre. J'ai pas fait d'effort. On travaille. Je travaille comme toi, quoi. Voilà. Voilà. C'est trop dur de travailler, quoi. Je travaille le samedi d'après-midi, du coup, bah, je peux pas peut-être voir pendant qu'il est toute seule au boulot. Bon alors, où est-ce qu'on en était? On était en train d'essayer de résoudre un meurtre. Ah oui, c'est vrai qu'il ressemble à ça, le journal. Voilà. Ah oui, merde, attendez. Ah, faut que je mette... Oh, putain. Je joue comme ça, je bouge la caméra. Ah oui, voilà. Je change de manière de m'asseoir. Putain, je sens que j'ai ma voix du matin. J'ai une putain de voix de... Bah, merci toi aussi, passe une bonne journée. Je viendrai te faire un coucou en vrai. Demain, je pense. En allant au travail. Je suis pas malade, c'est pas vrai. Ouais. Ouais, en tout cas, la bise. À bonté, ça va me redonner de la voix. Alors, c'est parti. Fallait qu'on aille enquêter sur le meurtre, là. Un duc, le duc de Férol.
I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you.
Non, non, parlez-moi de vous un peu.
I am the Duke of Ferrol, though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that you've heard of me by now.
Que savez-vous sur le meurtre de Jack?
It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Chancellor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wished the man harm.
Ok. Et quoi d'autre? Oh, un chat qui... Oh, un chat, regardez, un chat. Ah bah, c'est un vrai chat. Putain, c'est vraiment un vrai chat, quoi. Sam, l'insubmersible. Qui êtes-vous?
I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank when I was the only one to wrestle himself free from the waves. The people here were kind.
T'es un chat de navire.
Been the king
D'ailleurs, t'es allé vers l'eau.
patron ever since.
C'est quoi le nom du navire?
A magnificent ship she was. Used to belong to a pirate, I was told. Unlike me, she didn't prove to be unsinkable though. We hit the cliffs right beneath the lighthouse. Not very apt a name for that building, I must say, for no light was shining from it. The moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, I managed to reach the beach, covered in kelp and smelling worse than a fish's funeral parlor. But I was alive, and that was more than anybody else could say.
Vous êtes le seul survivant?
So I was. What friends I had. They drowned alongside the rats I used to hunt in the galley. And there I was, all alone.
Ah non.
Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the village girls holds me tight against her ample bosom, I purr up a storm. But I do long for a companion of my own kind. And in that regard, there is no one like Maxine.
C'est qui Maxine?
Maxine, the mayor's darling pet. So gentle, so
Ah, il veut pécho. Ah, ah, ah.
of her whiskers, the subtle palette of dyes in her sable coat. She's one of a kind.
Tu comptais de la pécho, mec? Allez, vas-y, on t'a de la pécho, sûr.
She likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. I have serenaded her and braved many a bucket of water for my efforts. But for some reason, she is not to be swayed.
Faut quand même dire que j'ai pris une caractéristique pour pouvoir parler aux animaux. Hein. C'est-à-dire que tout ça, si vous prenez pas la stat, tout ça, ça n'existe pas. Vous approchez du chat et vous faites miaou.
By all means.
Que pensez-vous des morts vivants?
People make a fuss about them because they endanger the lands around the city. They never bother me when I'm out for my monthly walk, though. But still, I do test them. I mean, they're so unnatural, aren't they? Cats can have 9 lives, but humans are only entitled to 1.
Vous pouvez m'en dire un tas sur les orques, carrément, le mec.
Don't mention orcs to me. Worse than dogs, that lot. Sank Walrus Willie's boat right from under him. Best ancient fisher in the world he was. A loss to us all.
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear's edgier than a dodecahedron these days.
Hein?
I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order.
Non mais c'est oui, c'est comme nous, c'est une traqueuse, une track source. Mais qu'est-ce que vous faites là? Je croyais qu'on était les seuls à avoir été invités.
You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North after all. We don't cross paths with you Westers all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do. Medora's the name. Retired, or so the order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your side.
Ah! Mais on peut déjà avoir 5 alliés là, direct?
Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, one that might concern you. See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name. There's been an attack there, comrade.
Camarade. Ah yes, camarade.
Not your run-of-the-mill savages either, but ones who've taken dark magic to new heights.
Ah.
What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say, but it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear of ever crossing paths with a sauce hunter again. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here inside.
Ah non, elle a rien à voir avec notre
They
histoire.
don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without backup. By the skin of my teeth, comrade.
Camarade.
Savages were rounding up villagers.
Camarade.
One of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard has a penchant for things that go boom in the night. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost him before I made it into the Sicil
Et vous avez un plan d'attaque?
Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now.
Ah, c'est mieux pour reprendre un village d'avoir un plan d'attaque quand même.
I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could use reinforcements. I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the perpetrator. But it seems you've got all the help you need, haven't you? More's the pity. We could have beheaded 100 source yetis in the name of...
Eh, ça a l'air d'être une corps à corps, elle a un gros espadon.
More than I'd hoped, comrade. I don't know what in tarnation's gotten into the town. There's Mayor Cecil's doings for one, and the mysteries of our master Thalron for... And on top of it all, the feline menace is lurking at every shadow.
Par mode Cécile.
Now don't get me wrong, I think the mayor's a decent sort, even if he can't hear farther than the tip of his own nose. But from what I've heard whispered around the docks, the old guy's gotten himself mixed up in something not quite on this side of the line.
Ah, la politique.
I suspect an illegal source, artifact, or substance is at the root of it, but exactly what or who's given it to him, I can't say. And since I haven't technically been assigned to Sicil, I don't have the authority to interrogate him.
Je prends les infos. Par mode de Téliron.
Fella seems like a humble doctor, but I bet my sword he's dealing in something darker and splints and tonics.
Ouais, mais on a vu là au funérarium que c'était plutôt son apprenti. C'était son apprenti en tout cas qui avait ramené le corps de Jack. Donc peut-être elle qui aurait pu qui aurait pu voler le corps.
A loose-lipped fishmonger let slip that she'd seen our good doctor scale the city wall on 2 separate occasions, well past midnight each time. What business could he have among the undead?
Apparemment, il a aussi acheté une cabane avec plein de morts vivants à l'intérieur.
Hardly the habit of an innocent healer, I'd say.
Et cette menace féline, du coup, c'est le mage, je suppose.
You mean you don't already know, comrade? Their kind can see in the dark. It ain't natural.
Et son nyctalope, quoi. Ben, en fait, dans mon équipe... En vrai, est-ce que je renverrai pas Wolfgrag en fait? Parce que j'ai déjà... Du coup, j'ai déjà un ninja, en fait. En vrai, j'ai déjà un... Je pense qu'en vrai...
So you're just hanging around again, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
I'll thank you to leave me be, you old rat.
Oh, you think you can speak that way?
En vrai, je pense que je vais le renvoyer lui. Je vais lui dire, mec...
You Baron.
I am a duke, potato-eating peasant.
You call to Walgraf. He awaits your queries. Walgraf gives a curt, disgruntled nod, and with a gesture that suggests the drinking out of a mug of ale.
Ok, parfait.
I'll tell you, Hunter's greetings. So, have you changed your mind about venturing forth, shield to shield against the... Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now.
Là, c'est un trio de traxors, pas un des mots qui ronge cette belle contrée ne sera même résisté.
A fantastic plan.
Une traxor de plus dans l'équipe nous rendra d'autant plus redoutable face à cette magie impie. Bienvenue parmi nous, Madora.
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of every orc.
Et alors? Ah oui, c'est vraiment là une bourrine. Ok, bah parfait. Alors qu'est-ce que t'as toi sur toi? Ok, un gros espadon. J'ai rien à te donner. Pour le moment. Ok, bon allez. On voit le grade, il est là, il nous attend. Anna et Alistair.
What have we here? A source
Oula,
hunter, is
oula,
it?
oula.
Well, my day just became rather more stimulating. Oh, stand still then, if you don't mind. I want to take a good long look at the so-called savior of Sicile.
Elle a du bon stuff, elle. Hein.
Tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but your face, quite classical, isn't it? Statuesque, some might say. Yes, smooth and
Mais qu'est-ce qu'elle raconte, elle?
Yet, and my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive my being forward, but I
Ok.
dare say, can
Ah
it
mais...
be?
Qui êtes-vous?
I am Anna, jewel in the crown that is the fabulous fire.
Ah, mais c'est une membre des 5 fantastiques. Bah moi aussi.
I've cut 1,000 throats and baked 1,000 bread rolls, stolen the crown jewels of the Queen of Errata, and, with my pockets full, helped her reach enlightenment.
La meuf a l'air d'avoir fait des milliards de trucs. C'est une légende en fait.
When the day comes that I die, the gods will evacuate the heavens to make space for my formidable collection of designer slippers. I contain multitudes, you see, and I am utterly replete. except that, much to my dismay,
Et qu'est-ce que vous faites dans ce rat perdu si vous avez fait autant d'exploits, madame?
But then, Source Hunter, you wandered into this tavern, and I...
Vous êtes qui, du coup? Qu'est-ce que vous voulez?
That I have.
Qu'est-ce que vous voulez?
Nearly a
Dites-moi.
lifetime, it seems. Well, I'm sure you must know what I mean. Like existence itself lacked a significant component. Like if you could only fill a certain void, could connect with the right body, the right spirit. Together you could uncover new and thrilling vistas. I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Source Hunter. Come, if ever we are to be united, we must truly entwine our fates. We must link our causes forevermore.
Mais qu'est-ce que...
Yes, you must join the Fabulous Five right away.
Mais je suis déjà membre.
Together as a team, we'll explore the boundless realms.
Ah, mais c'est encore un membre que je peux recruter.
So you've joined up. I can finally offer you our finest adventuring equipment at fantastic in-house. But you must be thrilled to find yourself a member of a team so widely renowned for its valor and skill.
Ah oui, elle a baissé ses prix.
And you must be even more
Ah non.
curious about how you yourself can suit up
Ah non.
to face such enemies as a member of the Fabulous Five must face. Well, never fear. I have everything.
Vous voulez plus chercher l'aventure au nord, mais dans la main, comme vous le disiez? Non. Vous ne voulez plus chercher l'aventure au nord, mais dans la main, comme vous le disiez?
Oh, darling. That was so long ago.
Ah bah oui,
now.
d'un seul coup, elle a peu envie de partir à l'aventure. L'autre, elle me vante que c'est la meilleure de tous les temps quand je lui dis mais du coup tu veux venir? Elle est en mode oh non finalement.
You are a member of the eminent Fabulous Five. I hear you've been tasked with taking out that crazed robot in the northern cave. I'm sure you'd like to equip yourself with a providing you can afford it. I'll be happy to supply you with all the gear you'll need while swinging swords alongside the Fabulous Five.
Je crois qu'elle est la même. Ah ouais, celui-là donne plus 10%, 10 PV. Sur 7 PV. Elle est forte cette épée, cette hache. Ah mais elle coûte cher quoi. Alistair, qui êtes-vous Alistair? Un barde? Je crois pas vous connaître. Oh, ça va lui faire mal à son ego là. Oh, je vais faire tellement mal à son ego, je vais lui dire mais vous êtes qui en fait? Ah ouais, c'est sûr, Verdun. Non mec, PTDR t'es qui mec? Ah c'est un mage, putain vu comment t'es accoutré, je pensais que t'étais un barde hein. Oh putain mais c'est un culte en fait, c'est une putain de secte. On a rejoint une putain de secte en fait. Dites-moi en plus sur cette secte que j'ai rejoint.
Aim for my spots, and your career in the Fabulous Five will meet a most unsavory end. Ah, you'll be dealing with Ahu's little abomination, will you? I'd go myself, but I'd fear I'd end the fight before anyone else.
Ah oui, non mais c'est les fameux grands aventuriers des 5 fantastiques qui ont bravé monts et vents et qui ont abattu des dieux mais qui sont à la retraite quoi, qui ont pu vite venir, bien sûr. Ah ouais non mais bien sûr. Ouais c'est ça, bon allez. Serveuse, Novak. Qui es-tu Novak?
Pointless chatter with strangers does so thrill me. How did you know? Please continue interrupting my drink if you'd be so kind.
Qui êtes-vous?
How curious of you to show interest in a lonesome stranger at the bar. Let me answer by saying that who I am is hardly any of your.
Je sais que vous appelez Novak, c'est le jeu qui me l'a dit. Vous me parlez des 5 fantastiques.
So you've wrangled a position in the Fabulous Five,
have you? I'm fairly brimming with enthusiasm at the prospect of calling you a partner. You'd better leave me undisturbed, or my emotions might just pop.
Mec, rien à
You've been
foutre.
sent after Ahu's insane robot, I understand. Do you imagine that while you're busy being crushed by that abomination, I'll manage to get through a...
Ouais, allez, allez, ciao. Ok, mec. Bonjour.
Greetings, traveler.
Il est aveugle.
The immaculate conduit's myriad blessings comfort and cradle you. Tell me, have you yet heard the revelation?
Parle-moi de vous.
What's in
Qui
a
êtes-vous?
name, dear friend? For we all begin equal in the conduit's eyes, and only through great
Ouais, mais
deeds
m'en
may
fous, ça.
enter into her inner ring.
De quoi vous parlez? C'est quoi cette révélation? Vous avez vu Dieu?
You haven't heard? Oh, what fortune that I may share the goddess's salvation with one. Steel yourself, friend, for your mortal spirit could be forever transformed from
Okay.
this moment forth.
T'as vu Dieu?
Conduit, our link to the goddess herself, has given us a special gift, and the gift is thus. By following her instructions and becoming initiated into the one way, we can each of us live on for a span greater than the number of
Hein?
stars that twinkle
Peut devenir
in the
immortel en suivant
goddess's
ses ordres.
right eye.
Est-ce que cet oracle?
She came from on high to we mortals and showed us the path to the goddess, where all living souls are naturally inclined. She showed us that injury and malady need not mark the end of life, but that through her methods we could ascend to greater life in service of the goddess.
Et c'est quoi la voix unique?
Ah, for this hallowed information, you must seek an immaculate chapel. Go north, friend, through the forest and into the town of Silverglen, where all may be revealed.
Oh, beaucoup de
There,
quêtes là, pareil, beaucoup de
among
quêtes.
her followers and friends dwells the goddess's ecstasy, her one way. Go on the path to the right.
He says he's an immaculate. But I thought they'd been banished after the death of the Source King.
Immaculate. Haven't heard of their kind, but I don't like the sound of them.
Oula.
Hold! Our enemies have laid a trap.
Ok. Oula. Un autre trappe là. Parlons au rat.
Folks say it was Esmeralda who killed Councillor Jake, but I didn't see her here the night of the murder. Then again, she might have just gotten a new pair of shoes.
D'accord, ok. En tout cas, c'était pas les chaussures classiques d'Esmeralda. C'est ça qu'elle est en train de dire. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a là-dedans? La musique à fond quoi. Ah, la musique d'ambiance de taverne quoi, vraiment. Quel est du coffre décoré de la taverne? Quoi?
Maybe the lock can be jimmied.
Boum. Ah.
Only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
C'est pour ceux qui se demandent qui me parle, c'est mon caleçon qui me parle. Et c'est pas une blague. C'est un truc de l'Enchanted Edition, on a le droit à un slip qui parle. Voilà. Non, attendez. Faire un échange, que ça leur a encore plus de PV. 28 d'armure. Je suis à 50. Ah oui, d'accord, c'est celle que tout le monde a. Ok. Ah oui, attends, mais il n'y a pas une dague complètement pétée là? Ah oui. Eh, mais elle est niveau 5. Ah oui, d'accord. Hop, allez on déplace de gel, allez hop. Mais non mais... Oh là là. Ah bah tiens la clé simple, j'aurais pas eu besoin de... Mais rentre pas là-dedans, espèce de débile! On va pas mourir quand même. Oh là là, je suis pas fait de save, faut que je refasse tout quoi. Oh là 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 là. Un peu de débile ce perso là.
Only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
Comment ça, chemin bloqué?
Decent dugongs, you nearly startled me out of my boots.
Pourquoi ça a pété sa mère cette fois? Qu'est-ce pas ça? Mais qu'est-ce qui se passe? T'es what the fuck? C'est en train de péter dans tous les sens quoi. Quoi, chemin bloqué? C'est moi le qui bloque le chemin? Allez, entre. On attrape ça. On prend tout ça. Vite, 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 vite. Bon. Vite, 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 vite. Il-toi, vas-y, il-toi encore.
A stitch in time, eh, my friends?
Putain, du coup, par contre, là, cette fois, j'ai pas eu la deck, quoi. Baguette, bon, personne l'utilise. Et du coup, par contre, ça donne que 22 d'armure cette fois. Regarde là pour le moment là. Ah, en forge, ah, en crochetage. Ah, mais c'est le même que j'ai déjà là. Bon, allez, cassons-nous. Allons à l'étage. Qu'est-ce qui se passe dans le reste? Qu'est passé dans le reste de la baraque? Ok.
Soon the last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer.
Bonjour.
Hail Grog. All hail his
Garde du corps de Serrette. Putain, la meuf, elle est un garde du corps, quoi.
Greetings, greetings. Oh, you are most welcome in my chamber. Customers rarely find me up here, but I do so aboard
Oh ouais,
the
d'accord,
hustle
ok.
and bustle of the marketplace.
Bonjour, madame. Ouais, d'accord, bonjour, madame, bonjour. Tenez, on a pas de mage, donc je vous vends tout ça. Merci. Ah, il y a des strats là.
last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer. All hail Grog. All hail his hot-steeled instruments.
Ouais, là, il y a une attaque d'empoisonnement là. Gredin. Botte ailée. Ah, ouais, d'accord.
The hunters
J'ai presque envie de le prendre celui-là.
stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all. End it all in
Mais calme-toi, calme-toi.
blood. By the fine teeth of Suluma Soul Shredder, the end is nigh. Death
Ah merde.
comes a creeping for you, Victoria!
Il est taré l'autre. Non mais ça augmente mes PA, ça c'est trop bien ça. Bon allez. Vous êtes une marchande ambulante?
But I am. I have spent more of my life on the road traveling alongside great caravans than I have in any given place in Rivellon. All of this earth is my home, for a few days or even but a few hours at a time, that is. You wouldn't believe some of the things I have seen. Oh yes, a city besieged by the dead isn't even remotely special to me. All the better that it isn't.
Ok.
You have seen them, have you not? Is anything
Vous allez savoir beaucoup d'articles liés à la sorcellerie et une affinité pour les arts obscurs.
punch on perhaps, yes. I have the blood
Nah.
of sorcerers in my veins, and between you and me, the blood of sorcerers too. The power of sorcery is so very alluring, you know. But let us change topics, for should hunters catch a whiff of my inclinations, they wouldn't hesitate to kill me where I stand.
Hunters go stalking in the night by the needles.
Vous avez de la chance, je suis une ressource, je suis pas fanatique.
You should be more careful, madam. I am a hunter. But as luck would have it, I'm not a zealot.
And neither am I.
Gods have mercy. I talked openly about sorcery in front of a source hunter.
Pragmatique.
What a fool I am. Thank you, oh compassionate soul that you are, to
Oh,
treat
merde.
me so leniently. I never have and never will really dabble in sorcery. On that you have my word. On my life, I swear it.
Nigh death comes a creeping for
No
you.
need to... How gratifying to see you return. You are quickly becoming my favorite customer.
T'as même pas de réduc et tout quoi. Neuf, j'aurais pu te tuer sur le champ là. Et voler tout ce que t'avais sur... Putain, en vrai. Ah, j'aurais pu tout voler ce qu'il avait sur elle après. Oh. J'ai été con. 90%. Putain, mais j'ai pas récupéré un tableau. Ah non, c'était la run d'avant. Et Glande d'ailleurs.
You have come, yes. That is most satisfactory. Begone, brittle mask of age.
T'es qui?
Hear me now repeat the words of Brittletooth, the child snatcher.
Ah oui,
of
c'était l'autre
Candor.
là, le vieux là, qui m'a dit oh oui,
Play
rejoignez-moi.
with me, for I'm hungry. Come, play, play, play. My name is Eglandir Twilsalanar. Elf of the house of Gandavum, the slaughtered house of Gandavum. But by the twin blades of the Shadow Vixen, I shall have my revenge. The walls of memory are stained with blood.
Du coup, ce que vous m'avez demandé.
I would see the game, yes! A game of blood and brutality, of death and dexterity.
Ok,
Terror
ok.
for a harlequin. But like the serpentine stalker hisses before the stab.
Mais qu'est-ce que... Oh là là, tu fais peur toi.
The elves
C'est
of
dark.
Gandavum, they lived in peace. Oh yes. But one night, when the moon had hid her face, the orcs of the tribe of Kazuldagar city, they cooked and ate and burned every last one of us. The light of dawn never saw an elf of Gandavum no more.
C'est vous.
All undone. Every last one of us. Except for me, the midnight rambler, away from the city. I was very old back then already, though indeed I whisper of many years hence. But death shall not find me. Oh no, not until every beast of Kazaldagar has been bled. I may be frail, a withered grey, but the wealth of kings is mine. Countless assassins have ministered to the vengeance that is my want.
Il est riche.
Now is
Ok.
almost over.
Preuve.
By
Faux.
Carla,
C'est faux. Il est pauvre.
lady of the last gaze,
C'est faux.
I swear it is almost done. Only the very last one of the Kazaldagar still eludes me. The crowning kill that would seal its fate and mine alike. I
Mais elle est où?
have tracked her down by the curse of the spine spear I have. She does not know her ill-shapen sun is setting fast. Color the dusk red, O sword of youth. Bloody the day with the bramble sap that runs through the veins of Victoria. Bring me the amulet that clings to her flesh, soon to fade. And yours shall be the bounty of vindication.
La cible sera donc Victoria, la jeune orque.
Yes, Victoria. She is the one whose heart must be held in hand. The heart around which the fingers of that hand must clench
Oula,
and tighten.
t'es très dark lui. Hein.
Its choking flesh bulges
Mais elle est où
with
cette
blood.
Victoria?
The orcs of Gazuldagar. They knew my name. Oh yes. By the bite of the roving rattler, they knew my design. And so they sought to save their last. An infant. She who was to be queen. Her name is that of a woman. Her employment that of a civilized being. But by the fork of Barbara Man-Eater, she is nothing but an orc. A cyst of nature. One of a misbegotten litter dragged into life from the tumid womb of a filthy, coarse-haired beast that was...
Wow, wow, wow! T'es vraiment dark, mec! Et tu parles grossièrement là! Calme-toi!
Victoria, librarian, daughter, adopted child of
Ah, mais c'est la fille du maire!
Cecile. There is bloodlust in you. I can feel it. Let it out. Set it free. Undo the last of the Kazuldagar. By the breasts of Sishara Goatsucker, give me my...
Wow! On va se calmer, je vais mener mon enquête. Je vais essayer de voir si c'est déjà vraiment une orque.
That was quite the radical change we witnessed. I never would have thought that the benign old man we met outside would turn out to be a vengeance-driven aficionado
Ah,
of
moi non plus, hein.
assassins.
Et tout aussi sauvage que ces orques, comment Victor peut-elle être coupable du crime de cette truc qui n'était qu'une enfant à l'époque des faits?
He is as much a savage as those orcs. And how is Victoria guilty of her tribe's crime if she was but a babe at the time?
Filed teeth of
Ah, là, par exemple, la deuxième phrase, elle aurait, si elle avait grandi au sein de ce crime, elle aurait pu finir par commettre d'autres crimes comme ses semblables. Oh là là là, mais il faut qu'il se calme lui. Tu peux pas condamner quelqu'un pour des actes qu'il aurait pu faire. Ça marche pas. T'as aucune preuve qu'il les aurait fait.
Indeed. Victoria probably doesn't...
Indulgent. On est monté en indulgence. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Mais c'est une unité contre les malédictions.
Soon the last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer. All hail Grog. All hail his hot-steeled instruments.
Maybe the lock can be jimmied.
Oui, mais il y a quoi derrière? Qu'est-ce qui nous intéresse?
The hunters go stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all in blood.
Non mais il est complètement taré. Il a complètement perdu la raison lui. Voilà. Voilà les Lyonnais. J'ai le droit de rentrer.
To hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received Captain Aureus
Aureus m'a dit oui.
The friendliest bloke, the captain, is he? Well, your reward for getting your ear chewed off is a waltz through the town's finest
Merci.
magical merc.
Oula. Oh là là. Qu'est-ce que... Et qu'est-ce que...
What happened? Is this a dream?
Mais qu'est-ce qu'on est où là?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
On est dans les... Mais on est dans l'univers? On vole dans on est dans l'espace? Space. Mais des statues de rois, de guerriers. Ok. Bonjour. Voilà. C'est une grande longue vue que tu as. Ouais, pourquoi... Qu'est-ce que... M'en fous ça. Bonjour. Zigzag. Zigzag. Zigzag.
By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? Two Rivalonians here? At the end of space and time? How very,
Ah, la quoi?
very
Comment ça? Allô?
curious.
Kidou? Comment je vous atterris? Kidou, et comment j'atterris ici? Comment vous atterrez ici?
Oh yes. Proper introductions. Zigzags the historian
Zigzags.
at your service. It is my job to record all that was and is and hopefully all that is to be.
Ok.
As for how I got here, well, for a historian appointed by the gods themselves, hopping to the end of time is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Ok.
How you got here, though?
Téléportation, je dirais.
Question. On such a tiny and rapidly shrinking vestige of space and time, I wouldn't have expected to find a soul but my own.
Ouais, c'est en train de rétrécir. La fin du temps. C'est si la fin des temps et de l'espace, bah l'univers serait ainsi quoi.
Ah, at last a question I can answer most definitively. I mentioned already that this place is the end of time. If that didn't send your heart into your stomach and your pulse a flutter, it should have. Time ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as myself. But something totally, utterly terrible
Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé?
has happened.
Comment le temps peut-il avoir une fin?
Show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder looking lens and feast your soon-to-be terrified eyes on the darkness that is a...
Regardons.
Maybe quite.
Qu'est-ce donc? Un trou noir? Oula! Il y a un dragon qui vole dans l'espace. C'est lui le grand méchant?
You looked, you saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal. It's... The portal has become active. Fantastic, astounding.
Ah, la musique.
Onward we should go.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Portal. It's quite sprung to life, just like the long
Il emmène où ce portail?
doors that decorate this observatory. You, dear stranger, you must be the
Je suis l'élu! Ah ouais, on est les élus!
causing the
Bizarrement.
end time to grow. The true end itself to move. Those torches, a light. This portal active once more. It can
Ah, on pourrait pas...
coincidence.
Ralentissons. Qu'est-ce qu'on a vu? J'ai vu un dragon dans l'espace. Un dragon sortant d'un trou noir.
Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And it is the void itself. The dragon that is devouring creation. When I speak of the end of time, this is exactly what I mean.
Le vide est symbolisé par un dragon? C'est marqué.
I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. And if we don't stop it, it will devour the past and
Croyez-vous que nous sommes en quelque sorte connectés à ce plan?
It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long have I been waiting then. No longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes. The chronicler of time knows a pattern when
Et on va trouver quoi de l'autre côté?
Ah, though I cannot say for certain if it is what I believe, then in fact, every last question that ever plagues your noggin might well be answered, for I believe what...
Calmons-nous! Ah bah j'étais juste venu chercher chercher la présence de la source et résoudre un meurtre. Et là je suis l'élu qui arrêtera la fin des temps? Quand même. Bah là, frère sur le portail hein. Ouais, après moi bien sûr. Hein. Ah, on a encore de l'espace. Mais qu'est-ce que... Portail inactif. Oh là là. C'est le hub? C'est un hub? On va trouver un hub de l'espace? Vers le jardin originel. Oui, il y a un passage pour aller voir Adam et Ève quoi. Putain mais des portails de partout. Oh là, qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Le feu, la terre, l'eau et le vent. Les 4 éléments. Portail inactif. Ouh là là, mais il y a des portails. Ouah, qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Mais il y a des portails dans tous les sens. Ah, bah je m'étais dit il y a 4 vases, ça aurait pu marcher, mais non. Dommage. Mais qu'est-ce que... On est où là? Bonjour. La tisseuse du temps. Oh là là. Dans quoi on s'est fourré encore? Niveau du ruèche 99. Ah sympa. Dernier coffre.
Could it be, milady, the weaver of time, mother of history, author?
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he who chronicles all that I weave.
Astounding,
Ouais, de siège.
unbelievable.
Il était plusieurs, on a abandonné.
Many questions for you. So
You have brought guests, I see. Strange.
my reaction exactly, milady.
Et genre elle connaît le futur de tout le monde et pas le nôtre. Parce qu'on est les élus.
By finding you, but why? Surely you must know.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us.
Si vous êtes la tisseuse du temps, je suppose que vous connaissez la réponse. Elle va dire ah non, vous êtes particulier. Bizarrement, je ne vois pas dans votre avenir.
If any other being in Rivellon asked me about the details of their comings and goings, but you are different. Of you,
Ah bah ouais, bah bizarrement hein.
I know nothing. So please, do tell me, how did you arrive here?
Bah nous on sait une pierre, il y avait une pierre bleue, puis elle a brillé, puis on a pris la foudre et on est là. Voilà.
A stone. So, it was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought you here, and it infused you with new
Vous avez déjà vu ça?
Not like this, no. What happened to you is unique in all my work. Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, had not expected. Life does not simply spring into existence, you see, but
Okay.
yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone. Starstone. I now know
Starstone.
what to call it.
Ok.
Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have
Si,
you
elle voit
not
tout,
woven
sauf
all
les
that
élus.
is and
Et bizarrement,
will
c'est moi.
be?
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, but the Source Hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say, but I do believe that finding more
Mais c'est quoi du
stones
coup
will
cette
reveal to
pierre
me
stellaire?
who you yourselves truly are.
Il va falloir que je m'amuse à partir à la recherche des pierres stellaires.
Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true nature must be part of a greater secret. A secret lock. Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What wounds lay upon the tapestry?
Mysteries of all time, gaps in history. Oh, how they've tormented me for eons.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to mend the tapestry. Thus, it restores time.
Okay.
I see. What the void would shrink, Starstone restores.
Il y a un équilibre. There is balance in the universe.
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this Starstone is the antidote to the void's
Je vous
ravishment
présente
of our realm.
l'antidote.
If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all.
Et du coup, si c'est bien, on peut pouvoir sur le temps, le cours du temps, nous devons les trouver. Ah oui, allez. Et comme nous sommes les élus.
Indeed you must, though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone. Yet we are not the only entities.
Why, of course, that's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more and more by the day. Now I
Les collectionneurs de pierres de stellaires.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim to the void's insatiable.
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First, we mend the tapestry. Please, our most mysterious guest. Are you ready? Are you willing? Will you hunt out the stones? Will you help us restore?
Est-ce que j'ai vraiment le choix?
So, what do you think?
Not about a moment ago we were hunting Source in Rivellon. And now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make of it?
Pour ignorer notre réaction à la pierre stellaire, il va y avoir quelque chose de comprendre là-dedans. C'est fou que ça puisse paraître. Cette carrette, elle est dure. Voilà.
We can't deny our reaction to Starstone. There must be something to all of this, mad as it may seem.
Et se retrouver avec pour responsabilité de sauver le monde.
Still, it's quite a leap from finding a
Maintenant, s'il est un peu plus pragmatique, un peu plus posé en mode mais oh, oh. Ah, je suis romantique, allez.
The glint in your gaze and the set of your brow suggest to me that no, with you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll mend the tapestry in no time. We'll find out just who, but you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you?
Ouais, c'est mon hub quoi. Ok.
Want to see what fantastic changes your search will. Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how to transport back and forth from the
Ok, mais on le dira pas.
Off you go then. You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. There must be some
Comment c'est possible?
as to how our cross my heart, hope to fade in the void. I honestly don't know. But ask her. If she claims it is so, perhaps she, like the imp said to the ballista
Bah, si je devais chercher, je devrais chercher où?
wouldn't it just? Would that just like yourselves, Starstones are curiously, from what I can gather though, they were once cherished by devious sorcerers whose reign ended long ago. The
Ok.
stones,
Ouais, bon,
rooms,
ok.
caves,
Fouiller. Le jeu qui me dit fouiller, chercher.
those are the dens you should frequent. Two more pieces of advice.
On dit que vous êtes juste un diablotin historien, mais vous avez l'air d'être beaucoup plus que ça.
And consult with my agent. Oh, I don't know if I'm more than those things per se, but having been given a divine mission does have its perks. Old age comes.
Ok, faut pas le tuer, ok. Il est immortel, mais pas invulnérable.
As long as no one skewers me with a but of course I have a price to pay for something that is priceless. It is
Eh, c'est pas pesant d'être toujours tout seul? Non. Ouais, c'est bon, maintenant vous avez la tisseuse là. C'est bon, vous êtes deux maintenant. Voilà. Un agent? C'est qui? Oh, une coupe en or légère. Ah, je vous pique tout là. Oh.
What lies at its heart? Why, nothing, of course. The great absence of all that even the gods cannot comprehend. It eludes us, like infinity, or the finality of tick-tocking time.
Tick-tocking time. Et c'est où le Allô? C'est quoi ça? Ah, voyez. Ah, c'est ça.
How welcome you are upon this. In the ethereal threads of eternity, do I record the deeds of gods and men, of beasts.
Mais tous, en fait, ouais, tout quoi.
The drift of continents through changing seas, the rise and fall of empires.
Ah donc rien n'est scientifiquement logique du coup. C'est vraiment tout vous qui le faites quoi. Vous êtes Dieu du coup. C'est Dieu du coup.
The all but imperceptible touch of lovers' hands. This and all I chronicle.
T'as beaucoup de travail quand même.
Except, it seems, ask and I shall answer, if I can.
Et vous, vous êtes toute seule? Même si vous allez avoir beaucoup de boulot.
Oh Hunter, I have no need for company, like I have no need for air or appetite or affection.
Ah quand même, c'est pas mal, c'est bon. Hein. Manger aussi c'est bien. Hein.
Is time, and time is running out. And yet, I do enjoy your compassion.
Ok, bon allez. Merde, non, je vais pas aller au port. Ah mais du coup j'ai la TP rapide maintenant. Ah.
Source hunters.
Ouais.
I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space.
Mais comment tu sais toi?
Nice to have found a shelter, wouldn't you agree?
Mais qu'est-ce que...
Come to no harm.
Comment tu sais?
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my
I
hands.
know the imp historian.
Ah mais c'est lui son agent. Ah mais c'est son agent. C'est lui son agent.
That agent is I.
Ok.
So now that you know of the alliance between me and Sir Zigzags, let us turn to the business at hand. Starstone.
Il parle avec Mad Marx du coup. Ok.
And I'll be delighted to give it. Dark webs are
Ouais, c'est Mad Marx, j'aurais dû répondre. Attends, oh, moi je suis là pour un meurtre là.
My firm belief, starstones are the flies. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek.
Ah. Bah oui, du coup Jack il avait cette pierre avec lui, donc il se fait assassiner. Ah bah oui, c'est connecté.
That means the task you have been given remains crucial. Find the assassin that did away with Jake, for you're bound to stumble upon Starstone along the way.
Comme dessus qui collectionnait les pierres solaires.
While you were being lectured by our friend the historian and the grande dame of the advantage of being a cat, you know, you go where you please with impunity. And sometimes the lady of the house, that's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent and innocent.
Et du coup il habite où? Tu veux y aller? Je vais m'introduire chez lui. Pourquoi c'est dur de nous avoir semblant de trouver refuge?
Don't we all long for a sanctuary where our worldly troubles can be held at bay? A bed or a butt, perhaps I speak only for myself, not for veterans such. Like any cat worth its salt, though, I deeply cherish a secret refuge unbeknownst to anyone.
Et le reste du monde, il voit ce portail en feu là, littéralement.
Care is such a precious circumstance. Saved all too seldomly.
Comment vous êtes devenu l'agent de Ziggs?
First, a long time ago, out in the wastes of youthful Gore. He wondered aloud what on earth a cat was doing out there in the scorching desert. Then, so I told him who I was and showed him my human form. He laughed, and in the end, he even shared his great sorrow with me. The unspeakable thing you saw through his looking lens.
Okay.
I was awed and frightened, but swore to help him in any way I could. Let me phrase it like Zigzags might. A universe without time is like a pen without ink. A pointless... I'll not pretend to have all the answers, all that I understand, all that is happening here and out. If Zigzags worries, I worry. We are talking about a creature of... Oh, before you go, here. Take this teleporter pyramid. A hand...
Ah oui, je connais, il y a ça dans le 2 aussi.
You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but... Alas, I seem to have... Now that this matter
Ouais, mais bizarrement, j'ai pas envie de l'utiliser tout de suite, quoi.
But rest assured, I'll do my share of hunt.
Unknown to all time, are you? Leave it to an imp to try to fill our minds with all manner of magical gobbledygook. I'll tell you who you are.
Ah, et par contre, elle, ça a l'air d'être carré, quoi. Ça a l'air d'être carré, quoi. Si vous dit vrai que nous avons réellement une influence sur la théorie du temps, je dois absolument en savoir plus. Je calme, Madora, ce n'est pas parce que vous n'êtes pas une énigme que vous n'êtes pas spécial pour nous.
What are you? You think I'm... No, no, comrade. You can keep the honor of being the... I just hope this fancy of yours doesn't interfere with your real job.
Non.
Or have you forgotten that?
Madora, ne t'inquiète pas. Nous combattrons les orques de ton village. Il l'a donné à qui? Ah mais il l'a donné à Manmark du coup.
Oh! What is going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you?
Bonjour madame. Je suis sûr que je vais attribuer le démon qui m'a envoyé ici. Des langues, c'est tout ce qui restera de lui et de tous ceux qui ont été témoins de cette gaminerie. Ah, le hasard parfois du bon, j'aurai une belle histoire à vous raconter demain. Mon personnage, il est meilleur en... En quoi déjà? Ah mais c'est Marx. Ah mais d'accord, ok. Aïe aïe aïe. Ah, me casser la gueule. Oh bah oui, tu m'étonnes quand même, me casser la gueule.
Little mix-up indeed. I don't know what you and that...
Ouais, on part. Au revoir Cécilia.
No! If she sulks and... That's enough of that now! Field away. I'll save a leg of something good for when
Non mais là, putain, excusez-moi. Ouais, je reprends juste ça, d'accord? Merci. Alors maintenant que j'ai 2 pyramides, je peux m'amuser à en poser une à un endroit. Et à y revenir quand je le souhaite en me téléportant. Si jamais à un moment c'est utile. Bon allez, du coup, finalement. Ramassons cette pierre inerte, du coup. Vas-y, rentrez, on va fermer la porte. Faudrait pas qu'on nous observe. Tableau d'une femme. Voilà, ça sera pour de l'argent, ça. Voilà, très bien.
Looking good.
Ok, tout a été renversé. Ok. Donc là, il n'y a pas grand chose. Il y a un gros coffre, bien sûr, en plein milieu. Hein. Tableau d'un coq. Ça apportera de l'argent, ça aussi. Remettons ça droit. Marc, est-ce que tu peux l'accrocher, s'il te plaît? Merci. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on a là-dedans? Lettre du duc de Férol. Ma chère Estimie, tes lèvres ont le rouge des émeraudes, tes cheveux sont noirs comme le jour, ton amour est semblable au cholestérol. Oh mon dieu. Et mon cœur, oh, il me fait souffrir. Je brûle de te serrer dans mes bras et de caresser ton délicat visage. Tout cela sera bien plus simple si le conseiller Jack était mort. Ah! Carrément, quoi.
In his defense, not much rhymes with murder.
Ok, retournons le voir, lui, là. Eh, il va le tavernier. Bonjour, je suis obligé de te parler. Alors qu'en vrai, un tavernier, ça fait tellement de choses. Il est là. Tiens, je te vends tes propres tableaux. Tiens, tiens, tiens.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned.
Pas mal de vous.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. I've been offering the weary travellers of Sicil drink and rest for nearly 2 decades now. All you see before you is the manifestation of my great-grandpappy Horatius Dungeness's noble vision. Beer and naps for everyone. No questions asked.
Comment on va faire?
Well, between you and me, things have been rather slow since the incident.
Ah, bizarrement.
But with spirits high and liquor flowing like it is tonight, it seems the crab may just come out of that pinch.
Du coup, qu'est-ce que vous savez à propos du meurtre?
Mind if we keep our voices down over that sensitive subject? Death and dark
Ouais, bah.
magic ain't exactly
Parle-moi de la nuit.
great for business, you know.
Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé la nuit du meurtre?
That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman. Though I regret to say I can't say exactly who. This inn isn't in the business of asking many questions.
Voilà, avec la lettre, on a vu que c'était bien une femme. Que le duc doit connaître. Donc, du coup, on pourra savoir à qui était la femme. Mais je crois que dans l'histoire... C'est pas genre une femme est arrivée, puis le maire... Non, le maire est arrivé, puis une femme. Puis une troisième femme.
She came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar concerning a certain Esmeralda. Figured this were just more of the same. I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad like a man, but shrouded the same as she.
Ok.
Again, standard practice for Mrs. Counselor and her visitors.
Ah, ok, d'accord, ok. Ok, Esmeralda, t'es trompé Jack,
I
ok.
was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after midnight. I jumped up and grabbed me grandpappy's machete, bleary-eyed and awash in fright. By the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent. There was only Jake on the floor, dead. Whoever done it has escaped through the window. But I saw nary a soul when I looked out. You can bet I hightailed it to the Legion barracks faster than a jackrabbit after that.
Vous savez quelqu'un?
Counselor Jake, that poor man. I knew too much about his affairs, you know. Never figured it my business to say anything, but after all that's Esmeralda's longest-standing lover has the audacity to remain lodged at this very inn, you know. He's called the Duke of Ferrol.
Okay.
A high title for a low man. If you haven't yet asked him about Esmeralda, I'd recommend it.
Ok, donc c'est... Ok. Donc la lettre était destinée à Esmeralda, la femme, du coup, de Jack.
Hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate. I am the Duke. Yes, she and I have a history. That's hardly a secret anymore. I quite doubt it was even a secret from Jake while he lived.
Ouais, mais vous lui avez un peu insufflé l'idée que si Jake était mort, ça serait encore mieux, quoi.
As easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or I assure you that the affair was never so steamy and sordid as the busybodies around town make it up. Jake and Esmeralda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she...
Mec, il a perdu de la bienveillance envers nous. Excuse-nous d'enquêter, en fait.
Certainly not enough to fuel a murder.
Oui, mais bon, j'ai trouvé une lettre qui dit l'inverse, quand même.
Which one? I've written Esmeralda more works of lyrical mastery than I can count. All that letter proves is my devotion to my lady, not any
Ah,
actual
si, quand même, un peu quand même. Il y a littéralement la dernière phrase, c'est « ça serait vachement mieux si Jack était mort ». Était mort.
It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the count... Which one?
Ah ouais. Esmeralda est là. Ah oui, mais c'était l'hôtel de ville. Ah putain, c'est la femme du maire. Cécile, le roi. Ah, c'est Maxine. Ah, j'ai rencontré un chat.
I am Maxine, and you must be one of those hunters one hears so much about. Charmed, I'm sure.
Dites-moi en plus sur vous, Maxine.
I'm the mayor's cat, don't you know?
Je pense que dans le truc, les autres gens, ils doivent juste me voir en train de faire « Bah alors, dis-moi en plus sur toi ». Et le chat qui fait « Miaou, miaou ». Ok, alors, à propos de Sam l'insubmersible, je l'ai rencontré.
Oh, he's a darling old Tom, isn't he? Paws over tails in love with me, and who can blame him? The feeling's, well, it's rather mutual, actually. But that pet of a puss simply doesn't have a penny to his name.
Ah la chouin, quoi.
At the risk of sounding as shallow as a spaniel, I can't but admit my love does not come unconditionally.
Je t'aime, mais seulement si ton compte en banque est rempli, quoi.
They'd jolly well starve, wouldn't they, with an alley cat for a papa? Oh dear Sam, he's such a good old bean. But he does rather reside at the bottom of the scratching pole, doesn't he?
Pauvre.
One must have at least a mite of... But of course, darling.
Parle-moi de Sicile.
This quaint little town is a tad too parochial for one of my more urbane tastes. But one has to make do, hasn't one? The fresh sea air does go to great lengths to invigorate one's spirit, that much I'll admit. And it is rather jolly to watch the ships sail in laden with all kinds of exotic wares, full of the little treats the mayor likes to spoil me with. Darling man, he dotes on me.
Ah, elle peut pas avoir peur des morts-vivants. Les morts-vivants, Sam nous l'a dit, ils en ont rien à foutre des chats.
Heavens forbid. No, fear is rather too strong a term there, hunter dearest. The predator's instinct is a trait we share, you and I. And though those...
Voilà. Je pensais. Charlène, vous êtes qui, Charlène?
Sauce hunter. Oh, what a sight for sore Sicilian eyes.
Vous êtes qui?
Me. I live alone here in town. Used to be that my younger brother Tom and I were practically joined at the hip.
Qu'est-ce qui est arrivé à Tom?
Oh, he's always been something of a rascal, calling his petty hooliganism adventuring and endlessly worrying my poor mind. Oh, but of course, I've always... For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion. Even got him sparring with Captain Orius now and then. But then those blasted fabulous five came into that band of... Oh, I don't even know what to call them. Well, they're his heroes, and I simply couldn't prevent him from going to see them. That one meeting was all it took for Tom to...
Ok. Non, attends. Bonjour, connaissez Tom?
How fares your first quest, hero and hunter? Fabulously exciting, I'll bet. Who? Tom? Doesn't ring a bell. Oh, hold on. Yes, of course, Tom.
Elle est où?
One of our most recent additions to the Fellowship. Brave kid.
Ok. Mais il est où? Sam! Une chouin.
So there's the rub. I am but a stray, and she is the mayor's cat. Oh, I do understand. Would that I still had my collar. Such a marvel it was, as bejeweled as the night sky with precious stones, said to have once been worn by a far-off Maharaja's best hunting cheater.
Pardon? Quoi? Allô? C'est quoi ce collier? Je veux le trouver, il est où?
Like the king of all cats, I looked when I wore it. A gift bestowed upon me by a princess whom I had kept company during a long and perilous voyage. A precious band of gems. Among the waves it remains, I imagine. Worn perhaps by a crab who fancies himself a Caesar with it. If only I could be...
Putain.
Providing you can afford it.
Tom, connaissez Tom? Tom, tu connais Tom?
Really now, I gotta...
Parlons au maire. Allons parler au maire là. Monsieur le maire! Il est possible que j'ai croisé votre femme. Cécilia aveugle. Comment ça aveugle? Ah mais parce que aveugle parce qu'ils sont dehors de mon champ de vision, non? Ah oui voilà.
What? Oh, it's you. Come closer then. Closer, huh? My ears aren't what they used to be. Nor my eyes for that matter. Yes, hello, Source Hunter. Our city welcomes you.
Bonjour Cécile, vous êtes?
Elf? What elf? Oh, myself. I am Cecil,
Wow.
Mayor of Sicil, and husband of the stately Cecilia. I've been the mayor here for decades, and I'm quite eager to see Sicil through these difficult times. Yes, very difficult times indeed.
Un des problèmes qui agitent Cécile.
What? Oh, you mean Sicil? Very difficult times indeed. As though the death of Jake and by source magic no less weren't enough. We're also facing all sorts of brutish intruders. The undead have overrun all but one northern trade route, while the orcs are making a habit of savaging up. That's not to mention that at the top of this whole caboodle, there's rumors of some new religious sect or cult or some such, sticking its tendrils into the innocent, seven-fearing folks of Sicil.
Comment ça?
While we're on the subject of troubles, I
Oh
myself
bah bien sûr, allez, allez.
bring to your attention
Rick Meik. Ah bon finalement, de quoi?
rather foolishly sought a weapon called the Staff of Pergamon.
Le staff of Pergamon. Voilà, attendez. Parlez-moi des morts déjà.
What? The undead? Yes, for the past 2 years, those blasted
Ça fait 2 ans.
all but
Ah ouais d'accord.
suffocated this city. With all but one trade route overrun, Sicil's once torrential commerce has slowed.
Secret de Rivelon.
Well, I do believe that's something your parents ought to have discussed with you long ago, Source Hunter. But I suppose if you really don't know... Ah, you see, when a lady and a fellow find each other rather nice, well, rather more than nice, they occasionally...
Ouais, ok, mais...
Oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor for the 7th sake. I can't be bothered to chat all day about the birds and the
Mais je t'ai demandé des secrets de Rivelon, je t'ai pas demandé comment baiser. C'est pas un secret. Alors concernant le meurtre de Jack, commençons par un meurtre de Jack. Commençons par le commencement.
Jake murdered? Oh yes. Yes, now I
Non mais il est sénile, c'est pas Cécile, c'est Sénile qui s'appelle en fait.
myself. The council and I have certainly had our differences over the years, but old squabbles evaporate under such circumstances. Most of the townsfolk are certain Jake's wife Esmeralda is responsible. In fact, the Legion have taken her into protective custody to
Oui
keep
mais
her
non,
safe from the mob.
je pense pas.
As you can imagine, I've known Esmeralda for years.
C'est souvent quand c'est trop simple que c'est pas simple.
Farrell was always a bit suggestive. but I've never had cause to suspect her of
Pas mal
violence.
duc.
An all right bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole town knows the only goal of his business trips to Sicil is to spend a night or two at the King Crab Inn with Mrs. Counselor.
Du coup, c'est quoi cette histoire du bâton de Pergamon là?
What of what now? Oh, you're speaking gibberish.
Mais qu'est-ce qu'il dit? Le bâton de bergamote. C'est un bâton qui fait apparaître de la bergamote.
Ah, you mean the staff of Pergamon? Yes, yes. I was expecting a shipment of weapons, and among the cargo was this very powerful, very rare staff. Cecil proved an old fool, though. For the merchant slated to deliver it to me has just informed me that the damn thing has gone missing. I fear
Un mot du marchand.
his name is Conrad, captain of the Tide Splitter, a merchant ship still docked at the Sicil harbor. You can talk to him if you think it'd help, but I'd quite like to avoid
Ok. Vous savez quoi sur le bâton?
The staff itself contains a shard of an ore, highly valued for its use in the weapons of war. I know use of the material to be forbidden, but I was desperate to do something to aid the townsfolk against the undead.
Pouvez-vous en dire plus à propos de votre bibliothèque?
That depends. What kind of berries are you interested in exactly?
Non, pas de beefsteak, de bibliothèque.
Ah, the library. Yes, yes. You must
Voilà,
have a
si
visit.
c'est lui qui a tué Jack, mon pote, il serait capable de d'avoir oublié.
I'll escort you upstairs myself.
Bien sûr.
Marvelous.
Ah, mais maintenant? Ah oui, je peux suivre.
I knew that dark dealing on.
What? Oh, yes. This library is the jewel in Sicil's crown.
Déjà, Anne.
Beacon of
Il y a un lézard.
culture
Non.
learning in our
Ah, Victor.
fair
Mais c'est vraiment une orque? Ah, d'accord.
My Victoria has every volume you could possibly imagine, and she's got yes. Victoria's come a long way from that little bundle of claws and teeth I adopted so long ago. What? Oh yes, yes. I'll be on my way back.
Oh, mais il y a du monde ici là. Oh, il y a Rocharlen.
Adventurer. I hope he's always been something for my part. That band of
Demonology for dumbbells. Omnes autem mali demonis quam.
Bonjour.
What?
Hola, mon brave.
What is this? Who are you to interrupt my musings? By Naga the Protector, they have the manners of boors, these boatmen of Sicil.
Oh.
But perhaps I spoke too soon. Perhaps I was mistaken. For you hardly resemble the local fisher folk, which, incidentally, is a compliment of copious type. No.
Ok, merci.
A source hunter. That is what you are.
Oui.
Yes, a stalker of sorcery, a chaser of charms pernicious. In truth, I cannot go so far as to say it is a pleasure
Ok,
to make your
unir nos
acquaintance,
forces,
for
ok.
I take no pleasure
Pourquoi vous
in
voudrez qu'on
becoming
unisse
a
nos
man.
forces?
I would tell you my reasons, but it seems rather pointless to do so, seeing that quite clearly there is no room left in your bag.
Ah, c'est le mage. On pourrait avoir le mage. On peut donc recruter le mage ici. En vrai de vrai. J'ai une guerrière, un assassin, une qui attaque à distance.
This isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. The first edition too. Most promising. No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
in the name of
Ok, on sait qu'il y a le mage ici si jamais on veut recruter le mage.
You're welcome, human. My library is
Quelle vous,
yours, as
madame?
I hope your friendship is mine.
Grimoire I'm looking for. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
Victoria. C'est vraiment une orque.
I am Victoria, daughter daughter of Mayor Cecil. Oh, I know what you're thinking. When I was very young, you see, I must have been cast out by my tribe, for I was found in a wicker basket floating past Sicile toward the sea.
Okay.
The fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc after all. But praise be Amon Hor, dear Cecil was among the gathered crowd, and he took pity on the exiled infant that he raised me like I was his own. This kindest of souls taught me the language of men, their customs and their letters. Thus, I became the city's librarian, a position I uphold with no fear indeed you may.
Allez.
The wisdom I here hold is yours to peruse and even take with you. All I can ask is that you return the books you borrow, so that others may enjoy them too.
Parlons de l'elfe glandeur.
Oh, do pardon my language, my friend, but that is quite the startling revelation. So much sadness.
Ouais, carrément. Et c'est devenu un taré, mec. T'es un malade.
Does he not see that I am now the one who is to be wronged? Why, oh why must he make me, of all gentle-minded and life-loving creatures, why must he make me the target of his imperative?
Parce que vous êtes ce qu'il n'aurait pas voulu vous devenir. Non, ça veut rien dire ce que je dis.
Where do we go from here?
En fait, je vais pas te tuer, hein.
Though first let me say this. Hashizm bil kushum zunum. From my heart, I thank you for warning me. I thank you and I trust you. So pray, let me pose the question.
Là, je ne donne que votre amulette comme preuve de votre mort, alors pourquoi ne pas lui donner? Je pourrais le faire arrêter.
My amulet? But it is Haxmaji, a sacred token that houses the presence of my ancestors. No, I cannot part
Je vois
with
mes
the
stats.
talisman, the keepsake of my soul.
Ok. Je pourrais le faire arrêter.
Leg Fizoda! Yes, a capital notion. Let him be brought before the law for his schemes. I am an innocent, and Eglindir would... It would probably be better if you rather than I informed Captain Aureus, though. He bears little goodwill toward me ever since my...
Pas logique.
The knight in see-through armor.
Du lore.
Buttercup with the blushing bottom.
Nique sans tête.
Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
Nonsense. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
On trouve une pièce de théâtre inspirée de la fondation de César. Ah oui, c'est ça.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for.
Le grimoire.
Brief history of Sicily still hasn't been returned. Celeron will have to pay yet another fine.
The grimoire I'm looking for. Philosophie de la mort. La philosophie de la mort. Tant de l'or.
The first edition too. Most promising. The lesser key of Sadakandras. What nonsense. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too.
Feuille de papier. La vie d'un pirate. Faire rire les foules, le guide ultime. Ah bah ouais.
This isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Arrêtez de parler. On parle beaucoup là. Potion d'essence au poison.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for.
The grimoire. Oh merde, j'ai pas vu, il avait de la lecture ici. Histoire de Césaire.
Volume 1, Volume 2. But where's the third one gone? Shatsu.
Cécile, j'ai d'autres questions.
What? Oh, it's you. What news?
Parlez-moi de la Victoria.
My dear girl. I introduced her to my library when she was a girl. She quickly proved that the preconceptions we humans hold of orcs as savage beasts are patently false. If you're looking for something special, just ask. She knows every book by heart. Papa's smart.
Quelqu'un aimerait voir Victoria dans sa tombe.
Someone wants to see Victoria dead? That cherub of the book? That seraph of the light? Hear you me. You must stop that dog by any means necessary. As mayor of Sicile, you have my permission to take drastic measures if need be.
J'ai rentré les 5 fantastiques, mais ça me perturbe ce nom. Hein. On dirait une vieille, une contrefaçon des 4 fantastiques.
Especially with your expert. That machine Ahu built is an abomination. It must be stopped at all costs.
Ah oui, c'est vrai que je pourrais aller avoir Haru, lui dire "Eh oh, j'ai rentré votre chat."
What in heaven's name are you? Oh, I spent months trying to teach that worthless hound how to fetch.
Mais non, mais c'est pas un, c'est un chat. C'est oh. Ah, c'est
I've always been more fond of cats myself.
Oh, le débile.
Jake, murdered you say? Oh, yes. Yes, of course. Now I remember. Well, I'm sure the facts will prove me innocent. Keep investigating.
On verra. Il est où, Haru? Ah oui, il est là-bas. Allons là. En tout cas, j'ai envie d'aller là.
That's it, troops. Train up while you can. The next port.
On va lui demander déjà cette histoire avec le robot là.
How can I help you, my friend?
Parlons peu, parlons track source.
What? I'd never. If you must know what a delight she is. The temperament of a tiger, the grace of a leopard, and the manners of a lady all rolled into one. By all means. And what might those be?
Quelqu'un m'a parlé de vos expériences marquées.
Failed? Who is the mongrel that dares to question my engineering expertise? I take it the mutt in question was referred to the Sparkmaster 5000. It isn't failing, it just became, well, it became self-aware. Frightfully annoying. You know what? Here's the remote access device with which I used to control it. There's a manual for that somewhere around here too. Yours, if you can find it. I really should invite Victoria one of these days, so she can help me organize my mess of a library.
Comment construire vos
Only a
balises?
trifle for one with the intellect of a feline and the engineering skills of a human. You basically construct a classic ballista, add a 100% legal.
Ok, alors. Désolé, les contrôleurs d'université avec un peu de chance, nous avons tout ensemble, encore autrement il est désactivé. On va mettre là. Bon, on va s'en souvenir bien sûr. Non, tu l'as pas mis par terre quand même. Bien. Attends, mais l'autre il m'a dit cherchez si vous trouvez dans ma bibliothèque. Mais c'est tout considéré comme du vol. Ah. Il est là où... Il était littéralement là au... Mec, c'était littéralement là au milieu de ton bureau. C'est quoi ça? Déverrouiller un espion une porte fermée grâce à la magie. Vous trouvez? 100% de chance de déverrouiller. C'est trop bien. À ce moment-là, vous pouvez donner toutes sortes d'ordres à votre arme de destruction massive favorite. Voici quelques-unes des fonctionnalités préférées de nos clients. Colère, joie, colère, mode berserk, mode autodestruction, mode de désactivation des armes, mode de désactivation du contrôle universel, mode fête. Wouhou! Amusez-vous bien. Ok. Attends, mais... Attends. Faisons une expérience.
This is easy enough to decipher.
Good questions, Zax. One without a good solution may lie in conception.
Ouais, bizarrement, par contre, celle-ci, on peut pas la crocheter, hein. Bon, en tout cas, je vais la donner à Mars. Porte Nord. Ouais, mais du coup, je suis obligé d'aller parler à l'autre pour lui dire arrêtez cet homme. Bonjour. Parlons du meurtre de Jack. C'est du corps de Jack.
Gods, what a fool that Roberts is. Taking a bribe in beleaguered old Sicil. Ah, what was he going to do with that gold? Buy the largest kipper in the land? He has a lot to answer for. But not as much as the one that did the bribing in the first place. Guess your mission is pretty clear, isn't it? Off you go.
J'ai entendu parler d'une certaine Evelyn.
Evelyn? Master Theliron's apprentice? Nice lass, huh? Brewed me a potion once that cured me of a rash more bothersome than a badger down your reaches. No.
On m'a dit que vous aviez rendu visite au mort. Moi, monsieur, calmez-vous. Voilà, monsieur, vous vous énervez beaucoup trop pour quelqu'un. Je suis là pour faire une investigation. Vous vous énervez beaucoup trop quand je dis que vous avez peut-être quelque chose à voir là-dedans. C'est une preuve que vous avez peut-être encore plus quelque chose à y faire dans cette histoire. Lui, là, tu putes, toi, hein. Robert se croque. Eglander. Il veut que nous tuions Victoria. C'est vrai, un vrai fou furieux, la place est derrière des barreaux.
It's true.
So, he wants you to kill that savage the mayor calls his daughter, does he? Hardly seems a crime to do so. But I guess I cannot allow assassinations to take place. I won't arrest him unless I have some actual evidence.
Ah non, on a aucune preuve.
As I suspected.
Fait quoi, honnête déjà? Donc le commandement. Ah oui. Bon. Ouais. Oh là là. Oh là le bazar. Allez, positionnez-vous. Ah, si on partait en bataille, on serait dans quelle position? Non, mais du coup, voilà. Oui, mais... Bon, c'est un peu... Bonjour. Ah non, merde.
Enjoying the fair, aren't you? Speak to me.
What you're made of. And who are you?
C'est nous.
Oh, I should have been one of the
Et bourré, quoi.
greats.
Ok.
But here I am gathering
C'est un médecin que vous avez là?
No. Really? I hadn't noticed. If not for this ridiculous
Où puis-je trouver le matériel nécessaire pour faire la scène?
Don't you have an impressive library here in Sicil? I'm Katarina's given the go. Tell me when you're ready to begin, and
Je vais me
I'll
lancer.
show you to your places. And get ready for your trial by fire, you mean? There's no more savage foe than an audience, my dear. But I'm sure you'll do just
Présenter un duo.
Not planning on playing to an empty audience, are you? Wait until I've gathered some victory.
You hear distant mutterings of curiosity as a small crowd shuffles toward your stage. A few moments longer, and everyone will be seated. Now, let's not be hasty. They may be dragging their feet, but your show is sure to knock the crowd's socks off. As soon as they settle into their seats, that is.
Hey, ils arrivent, ils arrivent. Commençons.
Now, let's not be hasty.
Ah oui, faut vraiment que j'attende que tout le monde vienne. Ah, d'accord, ok.
But your show is sure to knock the stage is yours.
Est-ce la pleine lune? Oh non, Cyrus, tu dois fuir vite avant qu'il ne soit trop tard. Ah, c'est Cyrus, je ne tiendrai pas une heure de plus à bord de ce navire de mort. Je meurs de faim et je suis malade. Finissons seulement pour trouver un refuge. Merde, j'ai pas lu les livres. Le scorbut peut me ravir, non?
The crowd is completely appalled by your retelling. Are you sure that's how the story goes? Perhaps you ought to study a bit more.
Merde.
I wouldn't waste another minute on this trash.
Ah, faut vraiment que je lise l'histoire. Ah, attendez, je reviens, calmez-vous. Oh, la foule, quoi. T'as où le maire, déjà? Là, allez. Oh là là, vous connaissez... Vous savez pas ce que c'est, la réinterprétation? Vous me dégoûtez. Il est où le livre?
The lesser key of Salacandras. Oh, what nonsense. The Encyclopedia Demonium. I know it by heart.
Il est où le livre?
Fortune! Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
Quelqu'un connaissent parfaitement le conte et refuse toute altération de l'histoire qu'ils connaissent par cœur. Ah merde. Deux aventuriers et un monde nommé Cyrus et Célina naviguaient vers l'ouest depuis Féroce sans qu'ils aient trouvé la terre ferme au terme de leur vie. Ils avaient pris soin d'emporter suffisamment de provisions pour tenir 5 mois, mais ce fut qu'à la dernière semaine du 6e mois qu'ils foulèrent enfin le sol de cette contrée qu'ils nommèrent plus tard Cicéal. C'en est assez, Cyrus, je ne supporte pas d'être à bord de ce maudit navire. Je suis malade et affamé, n'arrivons-nous donc jamais à bord de notre peine? Par les dieux, pourrait-être là... Regarde! Qu'y a-t-il? On manquait d'eau? Le coq prend l'eau? Regarde, c'est là, derrière ce brouillard. C'est la terre ferme, enfin. Nous l'appellerons Sicélia. Allez, on y retourne. C'est bon, on a lu le texte finalement.
Bravo!
Bravo!
What is it this time. Katarina's, tell me when you're ready to begin, and I'll show you to your places, and gather you whatever crowd of drunk... Oh, not planning...
You hear distant... Now, let's not be hasty. They may be dragging their feet, but your show is sure to knock the crowd's socks off. As soon as they settle into their seats...
Bon, au début, elle en a marre. Elle en a marre du navire. Ils les entendent arriver, là. Vous entendez les bruits de pas? Ils arrivent. L'autre en a marre. Puis l'autre il dit attendez, regardez. Elle dit quoi? Le navire prend l'eau et l'autre il dit non, derrière la brume. La terre. Nous l'appellerons Sicélia.
The stage is yours.
Tu es malade.
The crowd seems to know the tale. They wholly approve of your
Là, regardez.
The crowd is thrilled. Whatever
Je suis en train de perdre le contrôle. Allons dans toute une version avec ce petit, on a cours d'eau fraîche, il y a un trou dans la coque. Un coque.
The crowd seem quite impressed with your delivery. Keep it up.
Un peu comme un... Comment... Cette créature, déjà un petit machin sombre avec une langue de vipère. Regarde, c'est mis là-bas, par-delà les brumes, c'est... Trompez-moi une fois. Honte à vous. Trompez-moi 2 fois. Honte à moi. Mais il n'est pas possible de tromper 1000 fois. Il n'est pas possible... Il est possible de tromper 1 fois 1000 personnes. Et le mec en plein milieu, là, en pleine présentation, fait oh finalement la flamme. C'est terre, un gobelin. Trop tard, fuyez avant que je vous l'égorge. Terre. C'est ça, un gobelin, et voilà que les 2 infortunés gobelins que nous sommes voguent vers la mort prématurée qui les attend. Terre, mon ange, enfin une terre d'accueil, nous la nommerons Sicéal. L'autre pas dit. Oh, ah ouais, c'est bien une terre. Ouais.
You've woven them a tale of desperation and hope, and they are alive with the thrill of it.
Ouais, merci. Je fais passer le chapeau. Alors?
Is it this? Bravo! Well, I'm certainly not afraid of admitting when I'm wrong. That was, well, nearly enjoyable.
Oui, oui.
I suppose you earned yourself a little something for your trouble, wouldn't you?
Du coup, qui me le donne? Celle?
Enjoying the fair, aren't you? Of course you are. As speak where I've a...
Du coup, j'ai gagné quoi?
What is it? Now, let's not make a scene. I already told you you were not exactly terrible. Katarina's given the... Tell me when you're ready to begin and I'll show you to...
Je sais pas qu'est-ce que j'ai. Cédric, t'es qui toi?
You there. Sit. Stay a while.
T'es qui toi?
Right in front. I'll excite you. I'll delight you. I'll...
Je vais jouer sans spectateur, pas rien de vous.
Don't pity me. No, sir. Just a few years ago, I was the when Reginald came, he brought some fantastic prop with him. Now, have you seen it? A talking head. Now, I never expected...
Parle-moi de la concurrence qui existe en gros.
Even my usually choosy audience has been taken in by that hack's little gizmo. I'm a man of skill, sleight of hand, feats of wit, and pure entertainment. And even when there's no crowd to speak of, old Reggie still has at least one fan calling Bravo!
Bravo!
Yeehaw! Sure as the sun sets, that one devotee attracts... I don't know how he inspires such loyalty.
Bravo!
Talent contained between his hat and his boots than I've...
On va revenir la nuit. Je sais même pas si on peut attendre la nuit dans le jeu. Ah, la musique à fond quoi. Wouh! Une bouteille de parfum vide. Merde, je l'ai donné à elle, c'est pas elle que je l'ai donné. Privé. Excusez-moi tout à l'heure.
Fancy that. A source hunter barging in when the lady of the house is fully dressed. Who could have fathomed such a thing?
Excusez-nous.
Oh, fancy that.
Ça va, excusez-nous. Mais comment on va? Moi je vais aller là-bas moi. Il pleut.
Excellent. Let's keep it that way.
Excellent.
Good luck out there, Hunter. Evil lurks beyond Seal's ramparts.
I prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
I wouldn't venture too far out of town. Whose invention? The stasis blaster. Quite a sight, no?
Quoi?
The rake and
Le bout de
cinder
stase?
these days, we legionnaires hold a lottery to see who gets to man the things. You can bet it's no small amount easier to blast. Don't ask me how the blaster works, though. I just.
So, the wizard's crafted a device intended to keep the undead at bay, has he? Little did he expect we'd recognize the hulking source sapphire he's using to fuel it.
Ah, elle va être chiante, elle, hein.
Careful now, comrades, and tread lightly. There's no telling when that madman's doomsday device might gain sentience and turn its rays on us.
Caro était au courant de la sombre nature de la pierre quand il l'a installée. Saphir de la source, pourquoi ne continuons-nous pas sur le chemin empoisonné? Pourquoi ne poursuivons-nous pas notre enquête insidieuse? Et pourquoi ne gardez-vous pas vos commentaires farfelus pour vous? Le sarcasme ne vous sauvera pas lorsque l'effort des ténèbres vous accomblera. Vous serez bien d'écouter les deviers avisés de votre patriote.
Right you are, comrade. Though I suppose, if I recall correctly. Yes, and I think that in fact an authentic source sapphire buzzes with the trapped souls of 1,000 innocents too. Perhaps.
Merlin armement. Hein? Mais tellement mieux de ce que j'ai. Ah, je sais pas le niveau, mais c'est fin. C'est quoi la stat qui permet de mieux voir?
I feel like I've just had a long bath.
Bouteille de vin. Chercher dans les bottes de foin. Une aiguille dans une botte de foin, mais vraiment. J'ai vraiment trouvé. J'ai vraiment trouvé une aiguille dans une botte de foin là. Un chien. Bonjour. Oh, t'es chien. Bonjour. Oh non, il a l'air d'être malade. Même moi qui parle aux animaux, je peux pas leur parler. Bâton de feu en bois, un journal. Mes chiens ont essayé de m'avertir des horreurs qui approchaient. J'ai entendu leurs aboiements sauvages, leurs grognements d'intimidation. Toxa et Sheba, les terreurs des cambrioleurs, avaient peur. Il y a une série de glapissements à glacer le sang, plus rien. Alors que la nuit tombe, je suis tout seul. Et je n'ose pas sortir. Jetant un coup d'œil par un trou dans le rideau, j'ai aperçu les silhouettes de Toxa et Sheba rôder dans la cour. Mes chiens adoraient mes amis. Ils sont vivants. Mais je n'ose ouvrir la porte, pas encore. Je vais attendre que le soleil brille avant d'affronter ce cauchemar éveillé. Le jour s'est levé et j'ai eu le courage de sortir. Les zombies semblaient avoir disparu. Pour l'instant. Toxa et Sheba ont réagi à ma présence en agitant la queue et en abaissant les oreilles. Mes bons vieux amis. Mais quand ils se sont approchés, j'ai remarqué l'ignoble lueur verte dans leurs yeux. Ils sont différents. Quelque chose grandit en eux. Ces damnés zombies ont volé leurs âmes. Ils les ont infectés. Ils les ont soumis à ce pouvoir surnaturel qui contrôle les morts vivants. Je suis terrifié à l'idée de ce qu'ils vont devenir. Mais je n'ai pas le cœur de tuer mes propres amis. Au moins, les zombies ne s'en prendront plus à eux. Oh non, c'est trop triste.
According to his diary, this guy couldn't put down his dogs even after he knew them to be infected.
Qui supporterait l'idée d'avoir à tuer ses amis les plus fidèles, surtout quand ils ne montrent pas encore véritablement un symptôme d'un mal justifiant qu'on les achève. Il faut être un sentimentaliste confinant à la stupidité la plus totale pour laisser des animaux infectés propager la mal. Ouais, Mad Max, c'est un karma evil, quoi. Plus de 63 pièces d'or là. Parce qu'il y a une autre maison là. En haut sur la colline. Qu'est-ce que... Quelqu'un... Allô? Bonjour? Y'a quelqu'un?
Mercy me. It walks, but it's not dead. I wasn't entirely certain I'd ever meet anyone any more fitting. The name's Wolfram, and it's a delight to make your acquaintance.
Bonjour.
Good to see, by the by, you don't belong to the Legion. 10 of their number accompanied me on a fact-finding mission to an ancient burial mound. But, as it turns out, they stood us. Not that I reckon my chances any higher, though, especially with that vicious undead mutt prowling the grounds around this here ruin. I'd go so far as to say I'm in dire need of an armed escort back to the city as an archaeologist and connoisseur of the undead.
Ah mais c'est le... On a vite entendu parler de lui je crois à un moment, non?
Lieutenant Selenia, a commander of the Legion in Sicile, wanted me to investigate the ancient burial mound just outside of town, hoping to uncover the source of the zombie plague.
Vous dites dans sa maison sur les morts vivants?
Quite so. I live for the dead, so to speak. The combination of archaeology and a case of incidental necromantic magic is what sparked my interest in the field. Of course, I'll be glad to share what knowledge.
Du coup, vous pouvez m'en dire plus?
Zombies are the results of vile necromancy in action. Among the resurrected dead, there are those who used to be wizards, and they can cast spells still. They slay their prey and bring them back as deathless thralls that fester with the diseases of decay. Should you encounter these menaces, always try to pick them off from afar. Don't let them get close, or they'll riddle you with the poisons and the blight that afflict them.
Ok, la moitié de mon équipe joue au corps à corps, trop bien. 3 quarts de mon équipe même.
These ones in particular, the ones around Sicile, are the resurrected soldiers of Brachus, the last and most infamous in the line of sorcerer kings. He himself is supposed to be buried somewhere around here.
Quoi?
No one knows where the actual grave is. Long have I searched and deep have I dug, but so far I haven't found anything more spectacular than rusted weaponry and sharp.
Brachus est enterré dans le coin là?
Be that as it may, Brachus' soldiers stalk these lands anew, and they still fight like veterans. I told those fools of legionnaires to bring maces instead of swords. You know, weapons that crush these skeleton bones, not And don't be surprised if the dead use an unusual amount of magic against you. These soldiers were loyal to a sorcerer king after all. Dark magic.
Et à propos de cette escorte armée là.
Never make it back to Sicile alone. But you've gotten this far.
Il y a un chemin tranquille là. Allons-y.
We certainly can. Let's.
Indeed.
Marvelous. Mighty fine of you.
Ouais, venez. Quoi? Mais, sort d'où lui? Hop. Petite flèche là. Petite flèche encore là. Hop, juste laisser la place. Ah. Hop, renversé, parfait. Oui, reste dans ton coin là, t'inquiète pas. Coup de maille délicate. Mais attendez. 44 d'armure. Ah mais là ça lui donne de l'initiative l'autre là. Ah ouais des PV, ouais laisse tomber. Espèce de débile! Oh putain. Enrochons-nous. Boum. Je vais mettre entre les deux là. Voilà. Tiens, elle est là pour encaisser les coups. Recule toi, allez, barre-toi là. Recule! Oh putain. Attends. Parce que on va faire une sauvegarde parce que j'ai pas encore compris si ça ne vise que les ennemis, on est d'accord? Ah oui, voilà. Ouais. Eh chien. Esquive. Allez boum, double esquive. Et boum. Arrête de partir tout seul. Alors, donc on arrive au village. Hein. Oh, ah, tu m'as pas aidé à le faire. Hein.
Cheers for escorting me to safety. You're a godsend, you are. I'll be in the king crab.
One mark is not enough.
Vas-y, recule un peu, on va les forcer à avancer quand même. Voilà. Ah oui, il est empoisonné, du coup, ça c'est bien pour lui en fait. Il heal, du coup. Mais non, mais qu'est-ce que tu fais? Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Oh, le fake click! Ah merde, c'est empoisonné, c'est le débile du coup. Eh, il ses potes lui. Ouf. Ouh. Oh merde. Affût du coup. Ah putain. Il a attaqué que lui là. Voilà, bien joué. Sur toi-même, vu que tu t'es empoisonné un peu.
Into the frame once more.
Remarche pas dans le poison, s'il te plaît. Ah oui, là, il y avait une belle armée, là, je me souviens. Peut-être pas aller par là tout de suite. Mais l'autre, elle a marché dans le poison. Mais putain, mais ils sont débiles, ces bots.
I'm overheating here.
Bon, l'archéologue, là. Il est où? Il se bourre la gueule, là? Ouais, j'ai pas vu l'heure, moi. Faut que j'arrête.
Sightseeing isn't so bad on a quiet day like this, is it?
You'll be concerned and you won't be lining your pockets.
Bon, Wolfram.
Be my friend, a waitress, another. I'm an archaeologist. Quite so. I live for the dead, so to speak. The combination of.
Rien? Ok, bon. Bon, on va s'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui. YouTube, continuons notre enquête et nos milliards de quêtes secondaires qui se sont lancées la prochaine fois. Allez, ciao YouTube. Ciao.